Changing minds one thought at a time. I'm in New Jersey, so I am looking at Orion's Belt, and I am excited to launch the premiere of our brand new series, our Empowering Mindset series. It is going to be an amazing, amazing series. We have so much in store, including a giveaway after our call tonight. So if you are listening in, you are in for a treat, and also a brand new free resource that we've created for you. So, Akina, do you want me to jump right into what our theme for tonight is and why we've decided to do this call?
Most definitely, Jessica. Let's not keep them in suspense.
All right, so thank you. So what I have found is Akina and I, we talked so much about starting the new year off right and planning, ending, everything to really create an amazing year. And what I found is that when I speak to many of my friends, something saying, well, 90% of people don't even keep their resolutions, so there's no point in starting them. You know, the truth is, if you want to be in the 90%, chances are you shouldn't be listening to this call, because we're here to coach you to be in that top 10%. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to provide a resource for you to make sure you are in that top 10%. Akina and I, we're committed to finishing everything that we start, to being there. We're committed to taking you there with us. So tonight we're going to give you a tool. We're going to be summarizing a brand new ebook we've just put out called 10 Steps or 10 Hacks to Manifest Your Desires. And we're going to give you really 10 tools or 10 ways that you can support yourself in making sure that you're intentional about what you're creating in 2016, and really just knowing that you do get to create your life. You know, we believe very firmly that we get to create our life. You know, for the last 2 years, we've put out our planner, I Can Create My Life, and I Can Create My Life Too. And we just believe from the bottom of our hearts that you are going to design your life by your choices, by your habits, and by your mindset. And that's really what we want to make sure tonight, is that you are intentional, and we give you really the steps to be intentional. So we're going to jump right into it. Now, this is really going to be a summary. If you want the full book, the full ebook, you're going to get that for free. Just go on to changingmindsonline.com after this call and just subscribe to our VIP list. We're going to send it out to all of our VIP list subscribers. So if you're on the list, we'll send it out to you. So you don't need to do that again. But if you're not on our list, just go to our website and sign up for the VIP list. We're going to go through these points really, really quickly. We're going to be spending only a couple minutes on each. Keenan and I both picked our top 5 favorite hacks for what we do in the new, and what we're going to continue to do in the new year. So we're going to talk about that right from the beginning. So I'm going to start off really about talking about what, for me, was one of the most important things for me. And that's the first hack number 1, is being grateful for what you've already have. You know, oftentimes we are in a place of judgment of ourselves, and we look at what's missing or what's lacking from our lives, and we tend to focus on that. And it's natural, right? We're human. A lot of times we've made mistakes, and we're still paying the consequences of those mistakes many, many years later. So it's not unnatural to really kind of think about it on a regular basis and focus on what's not working. You know, and oftentimes you hear people say, well, maybe they have a huge amount of debt, or they're in a poor relationship. Well, I'll be happy when my relationship's better. I'll be happy when my debt's gone. I'll be happy when I have this or this and that, and I'll be grateful when this happens. The bottom line is, if you want your life to get better, if you want to start attracting things to be grateful for, it starts off by being grateful. Whatever you focus on is what is going to expand in your life. So if you focus on the things that you don't have to be grateful for, then you're going to attract more things to not be grateful for. If you focus on what is working in your life and what you are grateful for, then you're gonna really expand that, and that's what you're going to attract more of. The bottom line is, you know, all of us have something to be grateful for, and all of us have things that are working for us. And it may be difficult to see it, but that is where our focus really needs to be. That's really what we should be focusing on an everyday basis. So I want to just encourage you, and it may be so small, it may be very minute, and but whatever it is that you can find in your life to be grateful for, you know, whether or not it's a bed to sleep in, whether or not it's just the fact that it's winter and it's in your house is heated, or maybe you're somewhere warm right now, you know, whatever it is, be grateful for something. And that's probably just hack number 1. We go into more detail about, you know, different ways to practice gratitude in our ebook. But hack number 1 is being grateful for what you already have. So, Akina, do you want to jump right into hack number 2?
Yes, Jessica, yes. Hack number 2 is create a vision board. Many of you have seen the video on our Facebook page of my vision board from last year, and of course, I am definitely a champion for vision boards. I am a visual person, so seeing these pictures and what they represent is so, so important. You know, and while you're putting these pictures on there, remember that they're more than pictures. Remember that they are your dreams coming together. They're your dreams manifesting. So put on there the most important dreams that you want to happen. Stretch beyond your comfort zone. Things that you may not believe that's going to happen, but you really wish they would happen, go ahead and put them on that board because they are your vision. You know, make sure that these pictures represent everything you want to be. I always put my ideal person at the end of the year, and I make that vision board. And use titles, use categories, you know, and also try to use a list. You know, you could put all those dreams down on one list and then put them in categories and then find pictures that go along with those categories. That way, it'll make it easier for when you're grouping your things together. That is also definitely have helped me. And as far as the boards are concerned, I use those 3-fold presentation boards because they'll stand up for you. You can put them all in different sections. And it's been easier because I'll put, you know, what I'm doing now, what I'm plan to do in the middle, and what I plan to do in the end of the year, and put the different titles in there, and it makes it easier for that on a presentation board. But you can always go get some poster board. You can also get a frame, the smaller frames if it's something that's going to be smaller. You know, you can do whatever works best for you because at the end of the day, this is you connecting to your dreams. This is you looking at your dreams and seeing them manifest. So, and remember, this is what you're going to be projecting. This is what you're going to put out into the atmosphere. So this will go along with your centering time and things of that nature. So definitely put some effort into your board because the effort you're putting in your board is the commitment you're making to yourself to put that effort into you to get these dreams to come true. So, Jessica, I do believe you have hack number 3.
I do, Akina. And you know what? I just want to apologize to our audience. I do want to stay true to the format of the book, and I'm having a technical issue. And my app where I had the book open, it closed down. So, Akina, if you can just read the next intention to me, and I will happily describe it to our audience. And, you know, guys, this is, if you're entrepreneurs, this is a great lesson, a great time to look. And, you know, we have to be adaptable. So thank you for being patient. But what is number 3, Akina?
Actually, it's set intentions, Jessica, so you were right on the point anyway.
There we go, exactly, setting intentions. And what a perfect situation to set an intention for. So for me, setting intentions. So Akina talked about visions, about goals. You know, for me, I love to set intentions every 90 days. So every 4 times a year, every quarter, and I started January 4th, actually, my new 90-day game plan. And I set intentions in different areas of my life. And to me, what an intention is it's a goal or a dream, but you're making a declaration, a measurable declaration with a specific time frame. So, for example, you know, I said, I'm going to run 30 marathons for my 30th birthday. That wasn't something I intend to create. Well, why is that important? The truth is, right, we know that we speak things into existence. We know that we get to create our life, right? That's what we keep talking about and telling you. The way that you're going to decide what you create is by setting intentions. And the thing is, if you just go through life and you wing it and you just, you know, go every day and you don't really know what you're doing or what you're creating or what your purpose is or vision is, and it's just ridiculous. You're never going to wind up where you want to be if you don't have a GPS or a compass. So for me, the intentions is really you're deciding where you're going and what you're going to do. Now, dreams are wonderful, goals are wonderful. I have a goal list. It has over 1,000 goals in it, and so that one day I want to travel to Malaysia. One day I want to run the Great Wall Marathon in China. I have all these big goals and dreams down. Those are different. It's a different thing to say I declare. I have 17% body fat. That's one of my declarations for the next 90 days. So I really want to teach you to start writing intentions. Now, you might say, okay, I'm a little confused. What's the difference between an intention and a declaration? Well, again, we go into much, much more detail in our book, which, again, it's Set and Get It. But, I really want you to start thinking about that and starting to understand that if you want to create the life of your dreams, it is going to require that you get intentional, that you don't just wing it. You don't just wait for, in sitting in your meditation lotus position and wait for abundance to start raining on you. You go out and you get it. And you do that by really just declaring what it is you want and what it is you're going to do. So setting intentions is hack number 3. So Akina, we're going through these really, really fast, guys. We don't have a ton of time to get through all 10 of these. So, Kina, you are on for number 4, and if you could just let me know if I still have that tech issue, what number 5 is when it's time.
Well, most definitely. And they're also in your messenger. Use affirmations. That is hack number 4. Using affirmations, that was very powerful for me, especially the I am statement. And when people say, what is an I am statement? I am powerful. I am great. I am enough. I am important. I can move mountains. All the I am statements. And, the ones that really, really affected me the most is the ones that counterbalance what people used to say about me. So they would say, let's see, you're not, they may say you're not attractive. So I would say I am beautiful. Say that you're not lovable. I am lovable. You're not this, you're not that. And I would say the opposite. And because, it's all about perception. That may be their perception, but they do not have to speak their perception on me. I repel that perception and through the fact that I believe that I can be all things through Christ that strengthens me. Therefore, I say I am powerful. I am great. I am enough. I can make my dreams come true. I can move in the next direction to my greater. I know that the sky is the limit. All of these different things are so beneficial, especially when you were told that it's not true. When you were told that you would never be anything, when you were told that nobody cared about what you thought or nobody cared about what you wanted to do, that to say those things that they told you, that they tried to ingrain into you, that they tried to move you into, is so, and say these things to yourself. Because if you can't believe yourself, who else can you believe? And remember this, if you can't believe yourself, who else can you believe? So say these things in your mirror or even in your centering time. Say these things in front of your vision board. Because before you had put the declaration out there, that you had put the intentions out there, that you were going to make these things happen. So for each picture, do an I am statement. I am going to do this. I am going to do that. I am going to make that happen. I'm going to make this happen in X amount of days. I'm going to make this happen in X amount of months. Whatever it is, put it out there into the atmosphere. Claim what you're going to do. Claim it from a place of yes. And claim it with an I can do mindset. That is very, very important to make those affirmations work. Come into it with the I can do mindset from a place of yes. And Jessica's probably going to really enlighten us with the write yourself some love letters. And that can go along the lines with the affirmation. So tell us more about that, Jessica.
Thank you, Tina. As I was listening to what you're saying, I'm just thinking, wow, you know what? We couldn't have planned this any better. And I don't think we really did this on purpose either. But it really, for me, writing myself love letters, well, what is that? First of all, when you said that one of your affirmations that you used was, I am lovable, because someone had told you in the past you weren't, it really resonated deeply with me, because I had often been told that a lot in my past as well. And one of the contexts that I came from a very long time was that I am not lovable. I'm not worthy of receiving love. The truth is that if we operate from that context, we are not going to create the life we want to live. We're not going to attract what it is we want, because deep down, even if on a subconscious level, we believe we're unworthy to receive it. We believe we're not worthy of receiving love, because the truth is, all good things come from God, who is love. So if we can't receive love, then we can't receive his gifts and his blessings either. And we block ourselves from receiving. And for me, receiving love was one of my most difficult things to overcome. I started off using affirmations like Akina talked about, and actually writing love letters is really just another way to use affirmations. What I do now is, and I do this on a daily, regular basis. I used to do it daily. This year I've actually done it monthly, is to write love letters to myself. And, when you're in a relationship, right, you write a note to your partner and just letting them know that you love them, that you care about them. Or, more modern days, right, we take a selfie and we record a voice message, right, and shoot it over to our partner in the morning and say, hey, I love you, babe, have a great day. So why not do the same thing for yourself? And what it does is it begins, and even if you don't initially feel it, and even if initially it just seems like it's forced, it's going to begin to reprogram the way that you think about yourself, which is going to really begin to change what you can attract. So for me, I like writing physical letters. I went and I bought these beautiful note cards, and I filled them out, and I actually wrote myself, I did this before the first of the year, I wrote myself 12 different love letters. I mailed them to a friend in an envelope, and I said, can you please just do me a favor? I self-addressed them. I, put stamps on them. I said, please drop one of these letters. Don't tell me when you're going to do it, but drop one of these letters per month in the mail for me, and just mail it to me. I said, I wrote letters to myself, and I sent it to my friend, and she's going to mail them back to me. And so every month I'm going to get a love letter I wrote to myself. And most of what the love letters were our affirmations, saying, Jessica, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you have so much to be proud of, and so much to be grateful for. Like I love you, and I wrote them from the perspective of myself, and it's really powerful. I used to do this, thankfully I'm a full-time entrepreneur now, but I used to have to go to work, and when I was going to work, I had to, take lunch with me and eat it in the office, and I was unhappy about being there, and I would write myself a letter every day, and I would put it in my lunchbox, and I would take that note out every day when I would eat lunch, and it would be more of a ritual where I would take it out, and it works. These things really do work, and again, they may seem silly at first, but oftentimes change is really uncomfortable. And I've often talked about this, and you can go back and listen to some of our other podcasts when we talk about really change, is at first these activities seem silly, and then they actually seem uncomfortable. And when you get to that point when it starts to seem uncomfortable, that's when you're beginning to really just shift. You're shifting your neurology. You're shifting your context. You're shifting your framework. You're shifting the way you think. If it works for me, I know it can work for you. So, Akina, you are up next.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I would love to do that. So we're going to talk about have a goal list. Probably already have this goal list done if you did the vision board according to our book, right? Because you have to write a list of all your goals in order to put your goals in categories so that you can pick your pictures, right? So you already have this stuff done if you've already done a vision board. And basically, you can get a notebook, you can get a journal, you can get a flip book, whatever works for you. It's what resonates with you. Because, see, this is the deal. You have to be comfortable to write in this book. You have to feel safe to write in this book. And a lot of people think, wow, you got to have all these emotions to do this. Yes, you have to have all these emotions to do this, because when you have emotions, when you feel some kind of way about it, you're pretty much sold into it. If you do it, okay, whatever, you're not sold into that. But when you sit up there and you put dedication into it, you put time into it, you sell into it, you're going to get it done. If it's just, okay, whatever, it may get done. It possibly could get done. But these things you need to be sold out for. You need to come together in a place of yes for. It can't be a whatever situation. And then sometimes people like to do it electronically. You can get those electronic journals, and you can also do the 43list.com. Basically, that's a place where you can put all your goals in. I'm a techie, so I have to, advertise the tech. So you can put all of your lists on this program, and you can actually put time frames on it. And it will actually ask you on the day that you're supposed to get it done, did this get accomplished? How cool is that, right? You will actually get an email saying, did you get this goal accomplished? How are you doing with this goal? And that is great for accountability. And, some people need that. So I just thought I would share that. But the point of it is that your list can be as long as you want or as short as you want. Some people need short goal lists so that they can wrap their head around it. Some people want a full goal list of anything under the sun that comes out their mind so that they can work it together. But remember, this is a living document. What do I mean by living document? It means it's going to grow as you grow. It's going to change as you change. Things are going to come off of that list, and then you're going to put new things on the list. So it's living. So don't be shocked if you end up with 2 or 3 or 4 notebooks, because this is a living document. It keeps going. I know Jessica has a notebook of all of these different goals. I think she's like at 5,000 goals now, so she was telling me. And, so it definitely does work because she's come a long way due to all those goals she's accomplished on that list. Isn't that right, Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely. Tina, it's amazing. I often say, just be careful what you put down on your goal board. When I created my goal board, it was actually, or my goal list, it was one of the very first things I did in my personal development journey. It was the first kind of time I was ever exposed to personal development. And I put down, I want to have a convertible, which was a lifelong dream. 3 days later, my car died, and I had to buy a new car, and I bought a convertible. So I love my convertible, but be careful what you put there because it really does work, and you will find you start attracting it. But absolutely, it's really powerful. I was laughing when you were talking about the tech version, and I'm thinking, it's so funny the difference, right, between us and personalities. Mine is pencil and paper, but I do like that email feature, so I'm going to check that out myself. Mm-hmm. So, one of the things that a lot of people say, and it's really a good time to talk about this with goals, is that, okay, well, I can manifest things, right? And for me, this was actually my case. I was able to manifest things very easily. I wanted a convertible. It took me 3 days. I manifested a car. It was amazing. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I wanted a race bike, a triathlon bike, and I manifested a triathlon bike within a week of setting an intention to manifest it, and again, by setting a goal. And I wanted new clothes because I had lost a ton of weight and I didn't fit into my clothes. And, within a few days of writing that down as a goal, I had a friend who was a fashion, person in the industry say, hey, I just got all these samples. They don't fit me. Do you want them? So it's amazing. Sometimes we can manifest things. For me, it took me a lot longer to learn to manifest money. And I was often, in a place where I wasn't making the money I wanted to make. And I said, okay, well, what can I do to change it? So one of my favorite books is The Richest Man in Babylon. I love that book. And it talks about paying yourself first, paying 10% of all your income. So I've heard, the truth is money is not real. It's just an energy. It's the agreed upon value of exchange, but it's not real. It doesn't exist. So I said to myself, how silly that I can manifest real things. I mean, I manifested running so far now 14 marathons, actually 10 marathons, 4 ultra marathons, and 9 half marathons in the last 18 months when truthfully, my health condition shouldn't allow me to really be walking, never mind running. And how can I manifest all those things when I can't manifest money, which isn't even real? So I decided to try this exercise out, and I found it really effective so far, so I wanted to share it. And, if you want to create the amount of money you make, and you want to decide how much money you make, especially as an entrepreneur, obviously, if you have a salary position, you want to have another source of income, so look into entrepreneurship. You're not going to be able to pick the amount of money you make if you don't start taking control of that. But let's assume that you're an entrepreneur, you have business, you have opportunities for money to come in, and they're not coming in as much as you want. Well, and that was my case. I said, hey, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I get to pick how much money I make. If I get to manifest everything, if I get to speak things into existence, why can't I speak into existence the amount of money that I want to make? So I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I believe in paying myself first. I believe in tithing. I'm going to write a check. I'm going to write a check on the first of every month for the amount of money that I desire to manifest for that month. And then I'm going to cash it on that last day of the month. And I'm going to believe in faith. I'm going to work my tail off in order to get it, right? Put on your big girl panties, suck it up, do the work. But I was like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to manifest that money. And what I've noticed since I started doing that is I am making a lot more money. In fact, that, just in the month of January, I'm going to make more money than I've made in the previous 3 months combined. And that's really just simply by getting to decide how much I make, and not just letting it up to, the universe to decide how much money I make. But no, I get to decide how much money I'm going to make. And what I've decided is going to be very close to the amount of money that I actually bring in. And I know I'm going to be able to cash that check at the end of the month this month, which honestly will be my first time being able to actually cash that check. I've come close, and I talk about in the book, when you're picking that number, you want to pick a number that's a stretch, but that's not too crazy, that it's not, I don't want to say not possible, because everything's possible, but that you can believe it, that it's realistic. I wouldn't say I'm going to start a business crocheting socks tomorrow and I'm going to make $1 million from it by next month. Probably may not happen, right? So let's be realistic, but let's also stretch ourselves, and let's also, leave room for opportunities to attract and grow. So that is my hack number 9, right, Akina? On really just on write yourself a check, decide how much you're going to make. And I know, Akina, we have one more to do before we finish all 10, right, this evening?
Yes, and that is do personal development. Jessica and I are both advocates for personal development, so we definitely must do this. It's no reason for you to be stagnant when there's so many ways for you to enhance and expand your skills. There's so many different websites like Skillshare and Creative Live. You have all these different things of that nature. You have YouTube, you have Google, you have all of these different things, and of course you have the library as well. So you have all, and of course you can also take classes at your local university or community college. So there's no reason why you can't go out and expand those skills and learn the different things you want to learn. So that is why we definitely both are into personal development. What are your thoughts on personal development, Jess?
Yeah, absolutely, Kina. If you want to change in your life, you have to change who you are as a person. You have to change your habits. You have to change your skill sets. You have to really change your mindset. And that's really what it's about. And, that's why we put this out. So we are just about at that point where we have to wrap up our call for the new year. So I'm just going to encourage you, do your first personal development and go out and get our free ebook. Go to changingmindsonline.com. Download that ebook for free. You'll also subscribe to our list, and we'll send you out all those podcasts that we do. Again, you are going to be set up really for success for the new year. So I know we are about to close down our show. Akina, I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, but from me, just God bless, guys. Make it a powerful week and an amazing year. I wish you all the success and abundance in your lives.
Well, definitely find us on Change Your Minds Online, iTunes, Tuned In, Stitcher, and, of course, our YouTube channel. Have a great day, everyone. Good night.